The sun is Stylin. One could say our sun has a certain flair for solar activity. As if this year's total solar eclipse weren't enough of a spectacle, the cosmos delivered another magnificent show when a solar storm caused auroras to stretch much farther south from the Earth's poles than usual. Some reports state auroras were even seen in Florida and Hawaii. The sun is nearing the peak of its 11-year cycle of activity, meaning it's likely to produce even more solar storms like this in the months and years following the peak. This includes a particularly enormous solar flare that erupted from the sun on May 14th, seen at the right-hand side of this image from NASA's Solar Dynamics Observatory. Solar flares are intense bursts of electromagnetic radiation coming from sunspots on the sun's surface and are classified into lettered groups according to their intensity, with X-class flares being the most powerful. This week's X8.7 class flare was the largest solar flare seen in over a decade. There is a really cool video on space.com showing the Sunspot AR3664, which is responsible for last week's auroras growing and expelling flares. This sunspot is now 15 times larger than the diameter of the Earth. Sunspot AR3664 has grown so large it now rivals the great Carrington sunspot of 1859. To illustrate their similarity, spaceweather.com added Carrington's very amazing and impressive sketch to scale to a NASA photo of Thursday, May 9th sun. Auroras are breathtaking. Green is the most common aurora color, mostly caused by excited atomic oxygen in the lower parts of the atmosphere. The red hues are caused by more intense solar activity exciting atomic oxygen at higher altitudes, and intense activity exciting molecular nitrogen at lower altitudes will cause purplish hues. This is one of my all-time favorite photos. But there have been many fabulous photos to rival it on Facebook from so many people who normally never get the chance to observe an aurora in their own backyard. This photo of the Aurora Borealis was shared by Planetary Society member Jean Lewin, whose daughter and son-in-law captured the image from their backyard in Seattle, Washington. And in Huntsville, Alabama, where I used to live when I was 4 years old, this spectacular image was captured. The photo was taken by Lynn Strunk and is definitely being categorized as a UAP, unidentified aerial phenomenon. As always with strong flares, there comes the possibility of radio blackouts on the sunlit side of our planet. The X flare on May 9th caused shortwave radio blackouts across Europe and Africa. How does a sunspot flare cause radio blackouts? As the monstrous sunspot rotates over the western edge or limb of the sun, it enters a location that magnetically joins it to Earth. A high-speed acceleration of charged particles, or protons, from AR3664 hop on this superfast space freeway that's called the Parker Spiral. Space.com describes the Parker Spiral as basically a high-speed silver bullet train that magnetic particles can catch a ride on from the sun to the Earth. If you look at an image of the Parker Spiral, it might actually remind you more of one of those rides at a water park, where you're launched out in a tube and then follow the spiral around and around until you get to that final location in the pool. Upon reading further about the Parker Spiral, I discovered that scientists call the neutral current sheet a ballerina skirt. It's quite easy to see why, and now I don't think I'll ever be able to go to the ballet again without thinking about CMEs leading to a Parker Spiral while the dancers twirl, especially if the prima ballerina is named Aurora.